Okay, so I've been playing a lot of PTR, and I wanted to make a quick guide about my favorite tank, and I'm pretty sure my main tank heading into next season. Now, you might say, oh, woo, that's not a VDH, that's not a prop pally. Correct, it's a Guardian Druid. And you'd say, why Guardian Druid? I actually have two very good reasons for you. Number one, I like Guardian Druid, and it's fun to play what you like. But number two, this tank is actually immortal. Like, this tank is really, really good right now, and I wanted to make a quick guide in case you're struggling with it or you've ever felt mortal on a Guardian Druid. Let me just show you what I've been doing. I don't know if it's necessarily what you're going to do, like 1000%, but this is just what I'm playing on live. These talent builds, I might mess around with it. I might change them, but for right now, this is what I've been playing. I'm about to put in a plus 15 Theater of Pain key, and I'm going to live this first pull for like a minute, right? I'm not going to live it forever. It's a plus 15. I got no healer with me. No need. I'm going to live it for like a whole minute, and I'm going to show you what I do so that you can also get better at Guardian Druid. Here's what we're going to do. Right before the key starts, we hit Incarn Activate Key. There are only two things to manage. Okay, two things to manage as a Guardian Druid. Very first thing, always shift out of bear form and back into bear form before the pull. You will start the pull with 25 rage and have an instant stack of Iron Fur. But while you're actually in the pull, there are two things to manage. One of them is your Iron Fur stacks. You need at least one Iron Fur stack or you will die. So there's one Iron Fur right there. And then the other one, okay, this is very important. You have to overlap cooldowns on pull. It's one of the things that a lot of Guardians feel like they're very mortal on pull. Look at my health. My health is not even moving. I'm tanking this as a plus 15 right now, right? I'm letting these bolts go through. I can stand on these mechanics. You have to have two cooldowns on pull. Now, granted, after the pull gets going, you can start rotating and have just one. Right now I have Rage plus Incarn. What I'm going to do after here is Lunar Beam plus Incarn. But this is why I can tank this, because I'm going to rotate my cooldowns and manage my Iron Fur. The whole time I have giant stacks of Iron Fur, so I know my physical defense is as high as it can, and then we just rotate. We just rotate. Send a little health potion here. We're going to tank that mechanic, didn't even soothe it, and then we're just going to rotate. And now eventually I will perish here, and that's okay, right? I could actually rotate all the way back, but I'm going to let myself die. I'm going to let myself die because I don't want to keep this pull going forever. What I want to do is I want to show you the difference of being able to rotate these cooldowns and manage Iron Fur versus not rotating these cooldowns and rotating Iron Fur, because this is the only way that you could be mortal as a Guardian. Guardian has the unique position, which is awesome and why I think it's the best new player tank, friendly tank. Guardian has the unique thing where I can take back shots. I'm allowed to turn around and get hit in the back. It will not kill me. Whereas other tanks are super punishing, because if I walk past, for example, these first three mobs, I have to wait. You've noticed that I couldn't pull this yet. Do you know why? I didn't have cooldowns. If you don't have cooldowns as a Guardian Druid, especially if you have no rage built up, you will die on pull. So you have to get good as a bear of going in with a plan. I'm going to do this, all three of these buttons. All three of them until I get to my Iron Fur, and now I can start rotating things to live. When this is expiring, you need a UI to track. When this is expiring, I can hit my trinket. And then I'm going to fill with a tank trinket, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to think about it. I need to get back to my Incarn. So what I can do is I can use my CC. I can Vortex. I can Typhoon them, right? I can kind of get them away. And now I'm back to Incarn. And once I'm in Incarn, I'm fine here. And then I could just tank this pull. The difference is that I am rotating. So now I have Incarn plus Lunar Beam. And the whole time, at least one stack of Iron Fur, if not several. Because of the build I'm playing, I basically just stack Iron Fur. And that's it. That's Guardian Druid. You can see that after this, what I have a plan. I'm not going to hit this bark skin right now because I'm going to be fine in Incarn to get a little tier set proc. All I'm going to do is I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. Now my Incarn is expiring. Guess what? I hit bark skin. Right? I got bark skin plus Lunar Beam. Hit Lunar Beam pretty much on cooldown. It's a very short cooldown. Right? You get a bunch of CDR in it. And then I'm just tanking. This pull, by the way, this does a lot of tank damage. This is a plus 15. No problem. Bark and Lunar are expiring. I hit Rage of the Sleeper. Rage is kind of weak on its own, so I'm going to hit Rage plus this trinket. All right? And then we're just going to rotate. We're just going to rotate. We use Frenzied Regen only to fill the gaps. I maintain my Iron Fur. I'm back to Lunar Beam here. Just Lunar Beam's a little weak, so I Frenzied Regen. I think about how I'm going to live this. I can Typhoon them. I can Vortex them, which doesn't quite work on these mobs, and eventually I will perish. But look how long I lived that. Maybe I can soft kite out. Don't think I'm going to quite make it. 1 second off? No. If I had managed that even better, I would have lived. Look how long I lived this pull on 15. I have no healer in my group. I have no help, no external resources. Just me on my Guardian. The key for Guardian is rotating these cooldowns. All right? There is no specific way you have to do it, but if you can do that, you're pretty immortal. Imagine I had a healer with me in the group. I'm even more immortal, okay? This tank trinket is whatever tank trinket you're going to play in the season. Could be Scarab, could be whatever. This is a plus 15. I change this to a plus 12, I am literally immortal, okay? Plus 15, I'll eventually die. Plus 12, immortal. Guardian feels so incredibly good right now that I just wanted to make that little guide of effectively just spam Iron Fur, spend all your rage on Iron Fur, right? You can turn your back to the mobs. You don't have to worry about it. You're a big bear. You got this. Once again, look, I went in with 3 different cooldowns here because I didn't want to die on pull. I'll even get this guy in. Why not? Now watch this. I can turn. You can position however you want. There's no real positional requirement as a Guardian Druid. If you have cooldowns up, you're allowed to kind of do this, right? You're allowed to kind of do this. Wouldn't recommend it. You do take a little bit more damage, but you can be a flying, hopping Druid, right? You could pretend you're a bunny. You want to cosplay as not a big bear. You want to cosplay as a bunny. You're allowed to do that. Now, again, I could actually rotate back to SI and then back to Bark, so we're eventually going to live this pull, and I will just zone out. And we can end the guide there. Eventually, I'll make some more in-depth guides. There are some ways to min-max, like what do you actually press and some intricacies and blah, 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 blah. But effectively, if you just follow that basic rule of make sure you have at least 1 stack of Iron Fur, if not several, and then make sure that you go into a pull with 2+ defensives and then rotate in the middle of a pull, you will be okay as a Guardian Druid. Like, you'll make it. You'll actually have a good time as this tank. Because it doesn't really matter if you get hit in the back. You can be the dancing bear if you want to be. And that is my Guardian Druid guide. I hope it helps. And I'm really excited to play this tank next season.